right, thanks for being patient with us if you're watching. I want to thank Pink Balloon Band for the music that they're letting us use. If you're tuning live, you did not hear that, so I'm very sorry. But you can check our podcast out when we upload it to Google Play and the iTunes Store. Today, we were going to review some beers. We picked two particular ones, sour beers and stouts. And these were kind of the ones that some of you guys have suggested us to try. So we weren't able to get all of them. I think we might actually have to make a little bit more of a road trip next time. But we're going to really try to accommodate less next time. So want to talk about the people I have with me. You might know Miguel. He's with some of our other podcasts. We got Idiot Dads and a new one that's called Your Turn that we're trying out. Tell us a little about yourself and your beer knowledge that you have.
My name's Miguel, and I was a liquor salesman for a little under a year. So I have a little bit of knowledge, not very much. I was never much of a beer person. I was more of a wine connoisseur, but other than that, it's more tequila. So that's about my knowledge of beer is very limited.
So what's your favorite beer, would you say?
If I had to choose a beer just to drink, Kentucky Bourbon is my favorite one, and then general beer would probably be Heineken. I hate Budweiser, so sorry for all the Budweiser fans out there. It's all
right. You're allowed to have an opinion,
unless they sponsor this podcast.
And I love Budweiser.
Me personally, I like to think I have a little bit of a taste for things that are good, but honestly, I don't have a really great background in craft beers, and this is kind of the goal for myself with this podcast, to venture out and to open a lot of varieties and a lot of new things for me. I have another buddy, Adam. Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little about your expertise with beers?
My name's Adam. And really, I just want to apologize for anything that I may say. That's all. I like beer, so.
Well, we'll get into it. Our first one we're going to try is sours. We're going to do 3 different sour beers. The first one we're doing is by a company called Boulevard Brewing. It's something that when I was talking to the guys at the liquor store, they recommended that we try. The beer itself is going to be called Monk's Cafe. Oh, I'm sorry, it's Funky Pumpkin by Boulevard Brewing. A little background about Boulevard. I got some information. They were opened in 1989, and they're from Kansas City. Looking a little into what they're about, they said that they produce the fresh, flavorful beers using the finest traditional ingredients and the best of both old and new brewing techniques. So we'll see if that kind of we can see that through the beers itself. The first one we're going to try is Funky Pumpkin. This is they call it a sour. So let's give it a shot, guys.
Swirl it around like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Aerate it.
Oh dear Lord. Oh. Yeah. It's a sour one, all right.
Have you ever had a sour beer before?
Nope. That's the first one.
Joke's on you. That's not actually a beer.
Yeah. I would believe it the way it tasted.
When we were talking about this, what did you think a sour beer might be?
I don't. I thought beer was already kind of sour to begin with. But yeah, this is got a little bit more of a tinge of taste in there.
It would pair really nice with some Hershey's.
Yeah,
I
don't know.
Which isn't Hershey's. Maybe if we review the Hershey's.
This chocolate.
Hershey's is it's got a fine taste to it. It pairs well with the beer we're trying.
Well, I would compare this to a pumpkin pie that's been sat out for about a month in the hot sun. I don't know what you guys think.
Does the pumpkin actually present itself? Because I do taste that strong pumpkin flavor in it.
It came afterwards, yeah, after the initial shock I wasn't expecting. What do you think, Adam?
It's a sour ale.
It's a sour ale.
Yeah, I think sour ales are mistakes that they rebrand to not take a loss. So
You're allowed to have that opinion too.
They're like that third child, you know. It's like, well, I guess we got another one.
Somewhere I have a towel. The next one we're gonna try.
Hey, Seth.
Am I really gonna beer filler?
We have our friend Seth over here. He will be our
He'll be our maiden of honor.
our maiden of honor.
I guess this is happening.
Jeeves, hitherforth, Jeeves.
Only 15 minutes to finish
Beer
the
wench.
final
Beer
exam
wench.
thing.
It's all right.
Thank you. This
Thank
is
you
Seth,
for
everybody. Give him a round of
This is
applause.
Seth. Hey, Seth!
Hey.
We love you, Seth.
I'm sorry, Jeeves, but come on now. You forgot mine as well.
Is this actually working though?
No, we're not.
We're doing a interview that we're hoping to be live with Matt Anthony's next Friday. So this is our kind of trial period of kind of figuring out the kinks and how to.
This is our pilot episode.
Yeah. So
Oh, thank you, sir.
please be gentle with your constructive criticism.
They've promised a behind-the-scenes tour, and they are going to name a beer after us three, actually. So it's quite exciting.
That would be the bee's knees. Why? Thank you, Jeeves.
Yep.
I didn't get a slap. Never mind.
Probably want to
This
not
next
slam
one.
it on the table because the sound.
This next one is made by Boulevard Brewing as well. It is a Saison Brett. The description they have is it's based on their very popular Tank 7. It is assertively dry hopped, then bottled conditioned with various yeast, including, I am very sorry for this, but Brettanomyces, a wild strain that imparts a distinctive earthly quality.
Brettanomyces.
It's a yeast strain.
Thank you. Though this
I got the okay from the background crowd.
Though this farmhouse ale was given 3 months of bottle age prior to release, further cellaring will continue to enhance the Brett character, if that's what you're after. This has a alcohol is a 8.5%. So Adam has already fully tried it. So
Yeah.
let's give it a go, guys.
It's a little warm, Seth. I don't know about this.
That one is a stronger sour.
I like this one. Tank 7's great, though. I think Boulevard's great, though.
You can definitely taste the IPA part of it.
It's a farmhouse.
Oh, it's not as bad as
You
the
get
last
some
one.
spice notes
Not
to
nearly as shockingly spicy as the last one, I think.
it. You combine the two, and you get that pumpkin with the farmhouse, the spice from this, and it'd be tasty.
Yeah, that would be nice. Because this is kind of like, I don't know, I would say almost a bitter taste that I'm getting afterwards.
That's probably the IPA part of it.
Yeah, so, yeah, a little bit of
Because it
pumpkin
did
spice
say
on
it
this
is
one.
a assertively dry hopped. So that's probably what you're tasting there.
Sure. But I do like this better than the last one. If I have to give it a score, I'll give it
11.
2 solo cups out of 5.
You're dismissed. You can walk out there. The next one we're doing is called Monk's Cafe. It is
Flemish.
That one right there.
Yep.
That was the one that we were originally starting out with, but then messed up.
Trying to find the.
I'll give you last.
Here it is.
Huh?
I said I'm gonna give you last.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to taste it. I don't need half a glass.
Now, what's interesting about this one is it's called Monk's Cafe.
Hard.
But it's let me say this: the Monk's Cafe, it's from Philadelphia. You can purchase this elsewhere, though. They have a traditional blend of young and old beers, but this is actually brewed in Belgium. And again, I apologize, but the name of the Belgian company is Brunwerge van Steenberg NV. And
VB.
Broringer von.
Von
I can't read it when you move it Van Steenberger.
Thank you. I'll have one of those.
Broringer von Steenberger.
And the third guy was Donald Trump.
Oh. What was the punchline?
Stop recording.
No, that's a punchline.
Oh, the third guy was Donald Trump.
So this one is Monk's Cafe. That one is distinctively more sour.
Oh.
The last two have had some nice effervescence on the tongue.
Can you just describe effervescence?
Champagne-like bubbles.
Oh.
It's okay.
It's like a party happened in my mouth and everybody threw up.
I don't know. It was definitely a lot more sour than the last two, I feel.
It was pretty sour, I'll give you that, yeah. It had a weird aftertaste I can't really quite describe. I can't put that finger on it, but it had a...
It's like if burnt bread was thrown in a pot with a bottle of champagne and they stirred it up.
Yeah.
Put it in a blender or something and you drank it.
Yeah. I'll give it that. I feel like a little toasty in there, yeah.
And then stored it in a dank basement.
And the basement flooded.
I would drink this again.
You would?
I don't know if I'd order it, but if you bought me this beer, I totally would.
I would totally drink this beer for free.
So we have one more sour left, but what's your guys' thoughts on the sour beer so far?
Not my cup of tea.
It's a palate cleanser like most ciders.
I'm not sold on it. My mouth is definitely telling me, like, hold on, keep trying it. But at first they're just like, whoa, buddy, let's just not give an opinion about it yet. I do like it in a way, but the first sip is just like immediately like, I don't know if I like it yet.
Did you see some of the barrel-aged ones when you were shopping?
Mm-mm.
That's the new thing.
Barrel-aged sours?
Yeah.
The next one we're doing is by a company called Epic Brewing. They started in 1992 in Salt Lake City. They actually in 2013 expanded their operations to Denver, Colorado. Their kind of philosophy when they create beers is going all out. They believe that with their 39 plus beers, that there's going to be a beer for every person and every occasion. The beer we're going to be trying is called a Sour Apple Saison. The description they put on their website is it's sweet, yet dry and tart. Apples spiced with coriander, grains of paradise, anise.
Make sure you get that right.
Anise.
That's correct.
Nutmeg, cloves, cinnamon, cardamom.
Cardamom?
Cardamom?
It's kind of like an Indian spice.
Okay. Ginger, and there is no way to enjoy the Saison Belgium-style farmhouse ale, they said.
Those are like fall spices. Like
Okay.
pumpkin pie and stuff like that.
So it's more of a fall flavor?
Yeah. So this sounds like it should just be some type of like spicy cider. I mean, in theory.
Wow.
Well, it's definitely got that spice to it, yeah.
I taste all those spices at once.
Yeah.
Like a spice firecracker went off in my mouth.
But it's not bad. I would sit and drink this. If I was at a bar with a bunch of people, I would probably sit and have a beer of this.
It does remind me of a dry cider.
Mm-hmm.
We got some cider brewing over at Jeremy's right now. It's about done, so I'm wondering if... I hope it tastes a little bit like this.
Jeremy, if you're watching, invite me over. Nobody's
Thanks for
watching.
coming, too.
One person's watching. Is it you, Eli?
It's the director. He's the only one watching. But no, I mean it's not nearly as bad as the last two, and this is still considered a sour beer, right?
Mm-hmm.
The take on the Tank 7, the sour beer, it originated from Tank 7, didn't it? The
I'm
Boulevard.
not too sure.
I thought you read that. Anyway,
that one did originate. Yeah, for that particular beer.
Yeah, that's the best one out of the group.
I like this one, but it's super unique. It's not something I've ever tried before.
You would.
So that does it for our sours. What'd you think, Adam? I mean, you said you're not much of a sour guy in general, but would you drink these again?
I wouldn't buy them. So no.
Do you think you'd have a different opinion if they were on draft?
No.
All right. So the next batch we're going to try is we're going into stouts now.
Thank you.
The Russian Imperial Stouts was suggested by a Twitter account called DrinkIN Beers, Drink Indiana Beers. We really appreciate your guys' suggestion. We have 2 Russian Imperial Stouts that we're going to try.
Send us your beer.
I don't think they're a brewery, but...
Send us your brewery.
Well, first one, we're going to do a common one. I've heard of it. I think I've had it before. It's Old Rasputin. It's a Russian Imperial Stout, and it is brewed by North Coast Brewing. A little bit about them is they were created in 1988 in California. They have said they won over 110 awards, national and international competitions. They're available in most states, and they even export to Europe. So this
Basically
is
not available in Russia, though.
So we'll give this one a shot. What's your guys' take on stouts first?
Love them.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a stout?
I'm sure I've had. I just, like I said, I didn't focus a lot on the beers. There was a whole crafts guy at the liquor store that I worked for. So, yeah, I was more of the brandy and tequila connoisseur.
So this is going to be your first.
That's heavy.
Oh, this is actually a lot smoother than the last ones. I do like this a lot better. Oh, whoa.
It's like 50 pounds.
Yeah, it's a heavy mic. It's made not to move.
Wanted to make sure I got that.
Got my expert opinion on it.
What's your guys' take on it? It's definitely a smoky flavor.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a rich, intense brew with big, complex flavors and a warming finish.
I put it this way. I feel like I should be wearing a robe, sitting in a leather chair, drinking this. Possibly reading a book of some kind.
Now, I don't mind stouts. I've had stouts before. The thing is, with me, is it's like a chocolate mousse fudge cake covered in Hershey's bars. It's it's good for... It's like after a few sips or a few bites, it's just man, that's really rich and strong.
I give this 3 Toby Keiths out of 10.
You're done. You're cut off.
Old Rasputin is very good.
Rose the party.
Solo cup.
Jeeves over here, he loves Toby Keith. He's so mad we're making fun of him right now.
The story on Old Rasputin is pretty messed up.
Why? You actually have
Like
story?
the guy it's named after.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you want to enlighten us on some Russian history?
I don't even know if he's Russian. He probably is, right?
Old Rasputin?
Yeah.
Rasputin? Yeah, he was Russian.
Well, he was riddled with demons or something. They tried to kill the guy multiple times.
Well,
So they honor him with a beer, apparently.
apparently he was really good with the ladies. So good that he got into the king's court, and then that's why everybody killed him.
Is that true?
Yes.
No, it was he was like a dude witch.
Yeah, sort of.
I think he's still a witch.
A wizard?
Is a dude witch a wizard?
Jeeves says it's a wizard.
It's a wizard.
Wouldn't it be a sorcerer?
Or sorcerer.
Oh!
Okay.
Gandalf, right? Is he
Thank you.
Would you say
male witch?
almost a Doctor Strange-esque?
No, Ian Skeen says a dude which is a warlock.
Oh!
Ian, thanks, Ian.
He would know. He would know.
Jeeves, please keep it down. Next time you have a thought.
That is
With our
so,
powers combined.
that is so Ian Skeens to correct us.
Excuse me. I poured the wrong one, sorry.
Just drink it real quick.
Yeah. Pour more.
Chug.
Just reserve your feelings about it until later.
Little known fact about Rasputin. He was so good at seducing people into what he wanted that they said his eyes, he had like crazy eyes and it would like hypnotize people.
Crazy eyes?
I bet they were beautiful.
How do you know this? Like, seriously.
I actually like Russian history. I believe he was lured into a basement where they tried to get him drunk. Then they shot him in the stomach several times. Then they poisoned him. Oh no, first they poisoned him and they thought he died, but he just passed out. He got back up. Oh, okay. He got back up, went up the stairs to where they were, and that's when they shot him. Then they threw him into a river, and then he still walked out of the river. And
Thank you.
they found him. They think that he would have died either way, but it was probably throwing him in the river and slowed his blood pressure down enough that he was able to like at least survive a little bit longer. But he was thoroughly killed. They tried to kill him with cyanide and something else, but
In the end, he was thoroughly killed. He doesn't still roam the earth.
well, you don't know that.
Making,
All right.
making beers for us.
So this is the chocolate.
Yes, this is by Brooklyn Brewery, and they, you guessed it, brewed in New York.
Little known fact, that's a city in America.
Yes. They started their operations in 1988, but they like to think themselves as a fine supporter of the arts, music, and community. They have said they've been donating beer to theater, arts, galleries, performers of the such. They're very, when I was reading their mission statement, they're very community oriented. This beer we're going to try by them is called a black chocolate stout. I'm curious about this. I haven't really read much about it.
Can I try it yet?
It is a Russian Imperial Stout. And
What's the ABV?
the ABV,
Awesome.
the alcohol by volume, is 10%.
Okay, thank you.
They say it's really good with chocolate desserts, cheesecakes, fruit tarts.
Well, that fits perfect for this group.
Ice cream and strong cheeses, such as Stilton. It's only available October through March, so let's give this one a shot. I don't think it's my favorite.
It's that like strong cocoa on there, man.
It's heavy on tannins, which I never would have thought of in a beer. Very heavy on tannins. There's oak and black licorice.
I mean, it's not horrible.
That's the taste, black licorice right there.
Rounded out by some like chocolate.
Hmm.
Maybe it's just the name, but it's more
I
black
don't-
licorice than chocolate.
Yeah, I don't really taste the chocolate. I've had chocolate beer. Boy, oh boy.
Seth, you want to try
I think
this?
that's the only beer I've ever thrown out.
This only gets 2.5 Stalins for me. Not my favorite.
I would definitely drink this again.
You know what's interesting, though, is we have opinions about what we're drinking. But really, it doesn't matter because it just depends what you like. There's a lot of beers out there I hate, but a lot of people like. And that's okay.
This is a sipper,
What's the next one?
I think.
Next one is Quaffon. It's the common necessity. That one that you
Is that like
earlier.
bare necessities?
You talk about the
Will you say that name one more time?
common necessity.
Quaff?
Quaffon.
Quaffon?
Yes.
That's an Indiana beer.
It is. I thought it was a Tennessee beer, but they're popular in Tennessee. But they're actually made in southern Indiana in Brown County. Something I found out about them. They actually started as a brew pub. It's called
Quaff Brewery.
no. It's Big Woods Village.
I was close.
What they wanted to do though is they opened a brew pub because they the guy who was brewing the beer, they kind of wanted to fine tune his art, kind of give it a shot and before they kind of released it more public, but it got so much popularity and notoriety that they opened. But they're not called Big Woods Village like their pub. They're actually called Quaff On. They do say why they call themselves Quaff On. On their website, they say
Because Quaff Off was taken.
Oh! Okay. You get one. Why the name Quaff On? Because quaff means to drink heartily and with gusto. And it captures the idea that goes beyond beer and speaks to life lived fully. And that's the common element that binds all the great folks at Big Woods and Quaff On, who put their hearts and their talents into creating a unique experience for you. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah.
Oh, I had this one already, didn't I?
Yeah, you downed it earlier.
Smelling it smells like somebody put a cigarette butt into my...
It's
Just smelling it.
Nothing like the smell of Granny's ashtray.
it's very heavy on the coffee
Yeah.
without the body of it.
It tastes like it'd be really good with a pizza. Like a freshly
What?
baked in a stove pizza. Or oven.
I hate you sometimes.
What the? No. This tastes... Ugh.
This would be great with asparagus.
Common
and
necessity.
Bavarian
Common
strudel.
necessity is a coffee. It's called a sweet stout, so that might be why it's a little bit sweeter. It's only 5% alcohol by volume. It's got a silky smooth sweet stout brewed with hazelnut and coffee.
Hazelnut goes great with pizza.
You know what goes good with pizza? Your mom.
Domino's.
Oh!
I get one too.
My mom's watching this podcast right now.
I love you, Adam's mom.
I'm Adam's mom.
I understand. Boys will be boys. All right.
Finally,
I give
did something
this-
with my life, Mom.
I give this one Austin's mom. Not good.
Laisha asks, is this drunk history?
Not as funny as drunk history.
Definitely not as funny.
But when you went off on your Russian history, fascinating that you...
It's needed to know.
Let me
You read it off the label.
let me clarify again. We're doing some live interviews coming up, and we really want to fine tune everything. We wanted to test Facebook Live out because I hate you right now. We've never used Facebook Live. This is new to us. We've done quite a few podcasts that we've kind of fine tuned, but this is all new. We're doing this as a test to look like we're somewhat professional. So.
What's the next one?
Let me drink my Hershey Bar
sorry.
cream stout.
It'll be better. I did you a favor.
I think you
Turkish
should-
coffee now. And chocolate and coffee.
The next one is by Shorts Brewing. They have quite a... I looked up their story and what they're about, and they kind of have a long-winded description of themselves. They're in the state of Michigan, actually, and they started in 2002. So it's kind of a
Wait,
newer...
did somebody throw out beer? Are you throwing out beer back there?
No.
No, he was
He's
saying...
pouring it
out the cup.
Austin said he threw out some beer because it was like chocolatey. It was the chocolate beer.
Yeah, one time we tried some chocolate beer, and it was just not good. The Shorts, the brewing company, they wanted to brew a bold, flavorful, and extremely creative beer, and felt like people would travel out of their way to get what they have. They're in northern Michigan. They say that they're one of Michigan's largest breweries, and they want to have a feel of like a hands-on mom-and-pop approach to the way they do things, their quality, their food, their staff. They say they still brew things like they always have and always will. This beer that we're trying is called Cup of Joe. It is a coffee cream stout. It is a stout brewed with coffee and milk sugar. It is 8% alcohol by volume. So we'll give this one a shot.
This is one of our higher alcohol content ones.
No, I think we've had a few higher ones.
What?
We're at a 10. The Brooklyn was 10.
Oh, well, there you go.
Man, that is very distinct.
Try it with some Hershey's chocolate.
We can say the name, we just can't show the artwork.
Oh, try it with some Hershey's chocolate.
It smells like a coffee shop that's about to close down.
What does that even
Chocolate
mean?
in my mouth. It's not bad. It feels more like I am drinking some coffee. Granted, a little bubbly coffee, but not bad.
You remember when we went to Layouter Brewery?
Yes.
They had
I remember offending everybody and then walking out.
It was pretty funny. It was one of those things where he said something out loud, but everybody got quiet in that instant. Do you remember the beer I had there was actually a lighter ale that was a coffee infused, and that was really good. This one is kind of the same concept, only as a stout.
I give it 2 hippie baristas.
Please explain. I want to make you explain what that means.
I think we all know what that means.
Not a clue. Actually, I really like that. It was delicious.
Do you think you would like it any different if it was a draft?
Probably more so.
I've noticed that.
Especially that beer. I think most stouts lend themselves better to a draft, though.
I know with like Kentucky Bourbon Ale, I like it so much better when it is a draft. So the next one we're going to try is by Perrin Brewing. This was actually suggested on our Twitter by the Dump Buckets. They're actually a really cool group of guys. They got a YouTube video.
Shout out to the Dumb
That's what we're
Buckets.
having after this.
You gotta check them out. They have this video where he drinks like a whole ounce of this horseradish sauce. It had me cracking up. So definitely check them out. So this is by Perrin. Something I found out is Perrin, at least a year ago, was bought out by Oscar Blues. Have you ever heard of them?
Oscar Blues, yeah.
Yeah.
They're out of Colorado.
Yeah.
They just opened up another place in North Carolina.
So like a year or so ago, they actually bought out Perrin. It was a mutual deal. They were both very happy with the outcome.
They also own Cigar City.
Amazingly, smoke-free city.
Is this our last one too?
No, I believe there's one more after this.
This smells like a beer that you would drink in a porta-john.
Hold on a sec. Tell us how it... Now, set up the scenario. Did you bring the beer into the porta-john to drink it?
Or did you find the beer in the porta-john? Two very different situations.
Maybe it's more plausible to find it in there because it has quite the essence of a beer from a porta-john. Having said that, Oscar Blues is a very great brewery.
But this is Perrin.
Yes. But
not.
This lacks body.
This beer is it's called Black. It's just called Black. I think we were talking about this on the phone the other day. It says it's low in gravity, it's crisp and flavor-filled, giving off a bread-like aroma. This beer proves that deep colors do not significantly rich beers, and our black ale is deceptively light on the tongue. A wise man once said, "You underestimate the power of the dark side. Give yourselves to the dark side.
Hey.
It is the only way you can save your friends. Yes, your thoughts betray you." And he was right. This is actually alcohol by volume 5.8. I see you're about done with yours, so we'll go ahead and try ours.
Oh, I already tried mine. I have to agree with Adam there.
Speaking of alcohol,
This actually, I do see what they're saying. This is a lot lighter as a stout. I really like that one. I think what they said about being a lot lighter definitely is pronounced.
what was the coffee cream one?
I think that was the one by Brooklyn.
Is that the first one or the second one that we took?
This was like the fourth.
I
I think the one before this.
the one before this would have been...
Are you talking about Funky? Is that the one you're looking at?
No. He's talking about short brews. That's the one we had.
Yeah. That was delicious.
I would say the black chocolate was my favorite one.
That was also delicious. Rasputin was great.
You don't feel the same?
No, I'm just messing up the sound with my chair movement. Sorry. Director's having a conniption.
So what was the last one we were going to try?
Actually, that was it. The one
Yeah, I
I was
thought
looking
so.
at was Funky Monkey. Somebody, not going to say who, put the bottle in the wrong spot.
Jeeves?
Jeeves.
Next time.
Good job. You had one job to do.
Anyways, these are the beers we had tried. We want to thank you all for your suggestions. Some of the ones you suggested we couldn't find in our area, so we're going to actually try to go outside the state and see if we can't find some of those. We really appreciate you guys chipping in for that. We want to do these reviews probably about every other week. Like I said, this one was just kind of a test. We wanted to kind of test how Facebook Live works, our sound and stuff, because next week we'll hopefully be doing a live interview with Matt Anthony's. And I know we have one booked also in January for Goshen Brewing, so we're looking forward to that as well.
We're also planning on going to Bloomington, to Upland. We just haven't determined when we're going to be doing it.
Yeah, we still have to wait for that one. Like I said, we'll be trying to do review. We have a mic here. These are two different mics. This one's picking up you, and this one's picking both of us.
I love it because I feel like he's like an old-timey reporter. And he's like, please.
Your mic, it's not working enough.
What do you say about that affair with that secretary of yours, huh?
Where did that come from? We'll forget. That'll be edited in the podcast version.
Staying in.
Thank you for all 5 of you guys listening in. What are we at, Casey?
Time-wise?
And everyone's deaf. Because that is
how many people are watching?
This says 2.
Kelly!
Thank you for watching, Leisha.
I even left.
I believe you, Kelly!
Jeeves left.
Now we go, up to 3.
Oh! Is Kelly back?
I don't know.
Oh.
Get over it.
Get over Kelly.
I thought we had a thing, Kelly. Gosh.
She's married.
Oh, well, Kelly, with
Man.
your husband?
Well, Leisha says it was delightful, but now she needs a drink.
Oh.
Hey, I really want to thank you guys for helping me with this. I hope you guys can help me out next time as well. Just want to let you guys know that we drink in good times, drink with friends, and drink as you see fit, but just drink responsibly. And that will conclude our live test on
Is that like your slogan?
Call him out, right?